Hello everyone, my name is Grace Jarvis, and what I'm about to tell you is why I think fitness is so important for each individual. So, my concept of fitness for individuals with disabilities comes from many aspects for them to be able to help themselves. For example, like physical health, so they have a longer life expectancy. That's not just for with people with disabilities, but for anyone. A positive mental health. People with disabilities normally have a lower mental health. They're more anxious, they're more stressed, they're more depressed. So it's able to give them a sense of being and self sufficiency. This can also be attached to social interactions, as different programs consist of many different people and different personalities. So it can get people away from being at home in their little comfort bubble to meeting new people at a gym or at a program. It can also set a way for individuals to feel more independent. So this can even be the smallest of things when a person is working on balancing. Maybe they're learning how to stand up by themselves or stand up unassisted. Um, yeah. So, a description of how I would teach fitness for individuals with a disability would be the same way I would teach people with no disabilities fitness. Um, I would formally and informally assess a student and see where they are in the standards and outcomes that New York State and the US gives out to us PE teachers and see where they are. From that, I would assess them and mark off where they would be, and thus take it to the next step to further go their learning. Not trying to catch up where they're supposed to be or should be, but rather where are they now, and let's work on how to get better from there. So therefore, I would create tasks and activities about and around what they already know and what they're able to work harder on and be able to conquer. I also think that everyone deserves a right to education for exercise because no matter your ability, I feel like it's important for everyone to be educated on how to keep themselves healthy, physically and mentally. Yeah, I just don't think it should vary from ability to ability. Some personal examples and experiences for me is last half of the semester with my PED 303 participant Ray. I had never taught a blind person before. Ray was a blind man that was a little older, and I didn't want him to feel like I was trying to control him because he's a older guy, and just because he's blind doesn't mean he's less than. I don't believe that. So it was a little difficult for me to find a balance there, but I think I first had to tackle the respect and trust aspect of it all because just because I think as a teacher or teacher candidate that Ray should trust me and respect me, why doesn't he deserve that too? So I think I deserve to give him the trust and respect back because we're all equals. No one's better than anyone. Thus, when I got Ray to be comfortable and me comfortable with Ray and trust and respect, I was able to start working physically with him, walking more, being able to hold his hand less, being able, or his arm, kind of just holding his arm up rather than holding him and guiding him where he was. So we were able to move in a more physical activity way and getting a little yoga in there for him to feel stretched out. Some connections between teaching and theory. There's one big theory that says everyone should be treated with equality and equity no matter the ability. Everyone should be treated fairly. I think that's critical to have support and give to each individual student, especially equity. I think equality is good because everyone is given the same opportunities, the same way to succeed, which I think is wonderful. However, if I give a 6-foot student to tag the ball that is 8 feet in the air, and then I give a 4-foot student a ball that's 8 feet in the air to hit, that's equality because they're both trying to hit the 8-foot ball. but it's not really doing anything for that 4-foot student because it's not fair. This guy has 2 extra feet on him. Equity would be that I would give the 4-foot person a 2-foot box to stand on, so that way they're both at the same height starting. Right from the beginning, the root, I like to call it, they're equal and they have the same opportunity, and now they're looking from the same perspective. So I think that equity is really, really important, and that I think every student, everybody deserves to find their way, that they love being active.